So recently it was my birthday, and I get, on your birthday you get all these gifts and everything. Well, the one gift I wasn't expecting was from my Aunt Kelly. She gets me all like the cool Lego sets and everything. But this year, she really pulled up on this. This is a Lego version of Union Pacific's 4014. Now, for those of you who they watch my channel, but they don't know what you don't know what these engines are. Union Pacific 4014 is a 4884 locomotive. That means it has four leading wheels, 4 driving wheels, another pair of 4 driving wheels, and then 4 trailing wheels. On top of that, it's also equipped with a centipede style tender, which means it's got a fuck ton of wheels. It took me about 3 days full working to build the entire thing, plus tender. And there were also modifications made to make it more realistic, such as originally this was where it connected to the pistons. I had to use some of those parts from that rod to connect all 4 of the wheels. And that's on both sides and both things. On top of that, this load on top of the tender is also, it was also openable. Or no, not openable, it was open, but, I kind of changed that, because, unrealistic, really. On top of that, there also had to be several modifications and rebuilds made on the boiler, such as on some of the sides. The sides are individual parts, like, you could take off the side, right? I could take off the side right now if I wanted to, really. But, I kind of had to rebuild it, because I kept using the wrong parts. And, that's kind of not cool. But, we keep rebuilding until it works anyway. So here's what the 4014 looks like in full in Lego, as you can see. We've got several we have a few inconsistencies, yeah, but I mean they're not really that noticeable if you take like a quick glance. There are a few little peeves that I have, such as this part being silver, despite like you look on a photo of real 4014, this part is shaded black alongside the 2 domes. There's also 2 dynamos on this thing for some reason instead of 3 that is on the real 4014. On top of that, the cab windows really aren't this big anywhere. Anywhere, the cab windows are not that large at all. At most, it would be like one of these towards like And on top of that, this wouldn't be real. It'd be slightly open as well. On top of that, there should also be protections, mainly for the crew in this area and this area. There should also be, entrances for the coal in here. There should be an extra box on the tender for positive train control, which is now mandated as of 2019 by the Federal Railroad Administration. On top of that, there's no little, if you look into the bell, there's no little ringer thing to put in there, which is kind of, sad. There's also, this is the boiler. I can't push that in anymore. There's also the red specs, which I have been on Union Pacific 4012, which is a sister to 4014, and it does not have those. On top of that, there's also not a flip-in coupler on the front truck, which is, kind of a little bit aggravating, a little bit. Though the main way to solve it is just by, like, taking the pilot off and connecting it to there, as it does on the tender, because that's also how it's connected. But overall, it's a good model. I mean, the only problem is that these little red things here, they're supposed to connect with, a little bit of wiring, but, that's not possible in any way. Which, it kind of sucks, but, oh well. Do what it says, please.